Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be comparing and battling out the Too Faced chocolate bar palette and the Too Faced semi-sweet chocolate bar palette, and letting you know which one is better. So both of the palettes are tin palettes, and on the back they've both got a bit of information about the ingredients and the eyeshadows. The only difference really is the colour. Obviously the chocolate bar is a darker brown and the semi-sweet is lighter. So as you can see, they're pretty much the same layer on the inside. You get 16 eyeshadows in both, and the matte and shimmer highlights are in larger pans. In the original chocolate bar, you get 6 matte shades, and in the semi-sweet, you get 7. So first, I'm going to be swatching the original chocolate bar palette. As you can see in this palette, you get a lot of plummy and berry colours, as well as just some nice neutral browns. I think this palette's got a good balance of warm and cool shades, and it doesn't really lean one way or the other. So here is the first colour, Gilded Ganache, which is a glittery olive colour. This one shows up more brown than green on the eyes, which I was a little bit disappointed about. The next colour is White Chocolate, which is pretty sheer but good for just setting your eye primer on your eyelid. The next colour is Milk Chocolate, which is a really nice, creamy, neutral, medium brown that's perfect for blending in your crease. The next colour is Black Forest Truffle. This is a really gritty, glittery colour. It's a eggplant purple sort of shade. The next colour is Triple Fudge, which is a super dark, cool brown that's almost like an off black, and you can use in replacement for a black. Salted Caramel is the next colour, and this one is a really nice light warm transition shade, which is probably one of my most used colours in the palette. And then Marzipan is the next colour, which is also my second most used colour. It is the perfect light champagne shimmery shade. And then Semi-Sweet is another matte brown crease colour that's a little bit darker than Milk Chocolate. Strawberry Bonbon is the next shade. This one is a light matte pink. I don't really use this shade at all because I don't really know where I'd ever use it in a look, and it's also not that pigmented as well. Candied Violet is the next colour. This one is a really pretty cool violet purple with specks of blue, purple and pink glitter in it, and it's really nice on the eyelid. Amaretto is the last shade in this row, and it's a really nice shimmery dark burgundy colour that is super pigmented. So here are the shades in the top 2 rows. As you can see, probably White Chocolate and a few of the mattes are definitely the sheerest in these rows. But personally, for matte browns, I like them not too pigmented because I feel like they're easier to blend into your crease. Okay, so on to the last row. This colour is Hazelnut, and it's a really nice medium brown shimmery colour. And then the next one is Creme Brulee, and it's almost like an antique gold. It doesn't really have any yellow in it. And then Hot Chocolate is the next one, and it's just a darker version of Hazelnut. And Cherry Cordial is the next colour. It's almost a matte shade, but there are specks of glitter in it, and it's just a really nice purpley burgundy shade. And then the last colour in this row is Champagne Truffle, which is a gorgeous highlight colour, perfect for the brow bone, the inner corner of the eye. And this one also works as a face highlight as well if you're brave enough to try it. Okay, so now on to the semi-sweet chocolate bar swatches. So I reckon this palette has more cool and warm tones mixed together rather than lots of neutrals like the first palette, if that makes sense. So the colours like peanut butter, caramel, they're all like very warm. And then pudding and mousse and rum raisin are leaning very cool. So the first colour is Licorice, which is a matte black. And then Coconut Cream is the next shade, which is very similar to White Chocolate in the first palette, but it is just a little bit more yellowy. And then Nougat is the colour after that. This one is a light matte mauve colour, but it barely shows up on the eye. It's nice if you build it up in the crease for like a super neutral everyday look, but it's not very pigmented at all. And then Truffled is the next colour, which is a really nice dark matte chocolate brown shade. And then Hot Fudge is the last on this row. This one is a shimmery off black colour that's really pigmented and buttery as well. Next is Cocoa Chili, which is very similar to Cherry Cordial in the first palette, as in it's one of those matte shades with glitter particles throughout. And then Pink Sugar is the next shade. To be honest, I don't see the point of this colour in this palette. It takes so many swatches and so many applications to build up. And then Puddin' is the next colour, which is a really cool matte brown shade that's almost got a hint of grey in it. And then Blueberry Swirl is the pop of colour in this palette. It's just a dark, neutral, shimmery blue shade really. It's pretty pigmented, but not as pigmented as I'd like for such a bright colour. And then Peanut Butter is a really nice, super warm matte shade. It's just a burnt orange sort of colour, and this is actually the colour that the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette was inspired by. And then the last shade on this row is Frosting, which is a really nice bronze brown shimmery lid shade. So overall, to be honest, I don't notice a huge difference in formula between the two palettes, but one thing I do notice is I find the mattes are smoother, but not as pigmented in some cases, like this colour Puddin', for example. When you swatch it, it's really nice and smooth, but I feel like because it's so smooth, it doesn't pick up as much pigment as the first palette's mattes do. So the first colour in the last row is Rum Raisin, which is a shimmery cool taupe colour. And then Mousse is next to it, which is a really nice neutral light brown shade for blending in the crease. It's pretty sheer, but it's nice just to build up some definition. Caramel is next to it, and it's a yellow-based warm shimmery gold colour. And then Bonbon is the shade after that, and it's a shimmery pink rose gold shade. And then the last shade in the palette is Butter Pecan, which is a really pigmented and buttery, shimmery champagne colour that is perfect for, like I said about Champagne Truffle in the first palette, the inner corner and highlighting. So now I'm going to be comparing swatches of similar shades in the two palettes. And unlike the first lot of swatches, I'm going to be applying it multiple times just to get the best colour payoff, because it's more to show you the difference in colours rather than the formula. So after battling out the two chocolate bar palettes, I've decided that I think the original chocolate bar is more worth your money. I think there's just more neutral colours in it and it's more versatile. And to be completely honest, I find that the mattes have a better formula in the original as well. I think that they're more pigmented and more blendable, whereas in the semi-sweet they're smoother but they don't have as much pigment. I think there's just really classic, timeless colours in this chocolate bar that won't go out of fashion, and you can create an endless amount of looks with it. I definitely think if you're a makeup collector or if you have the money for both, to pick up the semi-sweet as well. There's some really pretty colours in it. I love peanut butter, obviously, butter pecan, and I love truffled as well for just a matte chocolate brown. I have found though, like I said before, the mattes, they just don't perform as well, and some of them have picked up a bit of hard pan as well, which is annoying. And this glittery colour Pink Sugar is a mess in the pan. So at the end of the day, it is personal preference though. If you find that you would use the colours in the semi-sweet palette more, then probably pick up that one. But again, I just think that the original palette performs a little bit better, and I find that I use the colours more as well. Let me know if you guys have any other suggestions on makeup products to battle against each other, and I will be sure to do them. Okay, I'll see you guys in my next video.